SpaceX is edging toward a watershed moment in reusable rocketry. The dream of landing both Starship stages at Starbase is getting closer, yet the route there is paved with deliberate tests and a few debated choices. But here's where it gets controversial. The interim steps have leaned heavily on ocean landings to stress test the system, while shielding the launch complex from potential pad-related damage. This is the cadence of progress SpaceX has been following as it refines control, propulsion, and recovery tactics. In the early phase of the program, Flights 5, 7, and 8 demonstrated the team's ability to bring back the 71-meter-tall Super Heavy booster to the Starbase launch pad in southern Texas. These recoveries relied on mechanical arms mounted on the launch tower to cradle the vehicle just above ground level after touchdown, offering a high precision. That pad-centered recovery was a key indicator of the precision landing capabilities SpaceX was chasing at that stage. As the test program progressed through flights up to and including Flight 10, the recovery story shifted. SpaceX opted to guide the booster into the ocean rather than attempting a full touchdown on the pad. The reasoning behind this shift was to explore a landing trajectory that is steeper and more fuel-efficient, pushing the limits of the booster's energy management while reducing risk to the launch site in case of anomalous outcomes during the final moments of re-entry and touchdown. In other words, the sea landing served as a controlled environment to validate aggressive, performance-driven landing procedures while preserving the integrity of Starbase's infrastructure. Stay ahead of the curve. Don't miss out on the latest insights, trends, and analysis in the world of data, technology, and startups. Subscribe to our newsletter and get exclusive content delivered straight to your inbox. Looking ahead, the plan for the upper stage Starship mirrors the objective of returning the vehicle to the launch site, following a similar logic to the booster recovery. To date, Starship landings have occurred at sea, with a few flights experiencing pre-landing anomalies or failures before touchdown. The overarching goal remains: achieve controlled, rapid reusability by landing both stages on land at Starbase in a reliable and repeatable way. Elon Musk, SpaceX's CEO, has publicly addressed the question of when the first attempt to land the upper stage Starship at Starbase might occur. He indicated that the initial attempt will probably take place during Flights 13, 14, or 15, contingent on how well the next iteration of Starship, version 3, performs. In essence, the timing hinges on the readiness and maturity of the vehicle's upgrades and the robustness of the new systems integrated into version 3. The next scheduled mission is expected to feature Starship version 2, which stands at 123.1 meters tall. Version 3 will rise to 124.4 meters and will incorporate enhanced power capabilities. Industry chatter has suggested the subsequent flight could occur in October, keeping a steady cadence as testing advances. What did Flight Test 10 achieve? SpaceX successfully completed Starship Flight Test 10 on August 26, 2025, marking a pivotal milestone after a series of challenging flights earlier in the year. The mission demonstrated controlled ocean landings for both the Super Heavy booster and the Starship spacecraft, validating the refined landing procedures and the flight control systems that underpin them. This success underscored SpaceX's iterative approach, showing tangible progress after earlier test difficulties and paving the way for more ambitious near-term objectives. Timeline implications for full SpaceX reusability. Although Elon Musk had initially sounded optimistic about a Starship catch operation within 2025, current projections place that milestone in 2026. The shift reflects the realistic timeline required for version 3 development, comprehensive testing, and operational readiness. The plan still contemplates a first controlled Starship landing at Starbase in the first half of 2026, provided the intervening flight tests proceed smoothly. The ongoing advances in both booster and spacecraft recovery reinforce SpaceX's methodical approach to achieving full reusability. Each successful ocean landing yields critical data that informs the eventual transition to land-based recovery operations, while the company's willingness to adjust timelines based on technical readiness demonstrates a practical prioritization of safety and mission success over sticking rigidly to a schedule.
Featured image credit. https://pexels.com/Falcon 9 Hangar Lights Machines.
What's your take? Prioritizing ocean landings as a stepping stone makes sense? Or should the focus stay squarely on land-based recoveries
Even if it slows things down.
Is there a middle path you find more compelling, or a potential risk you'd flip on differently? Share your perspective in the comments and join the conversation.